Synod is coming up next week, actually. That means I'm going to have to post this video this week, otherwise it's irrelevant. Synod can sound a bit musty and sort of not that inspirational. Why should I be looking forward to coming to Synod this year?
Well, I can't promise it'll be terrifically different to other synods, and so this one's going to have, a carnival and a concert, and no motions and no reports to consider. But every year, Synod is our opportunity as a diocese. If we think of ourselves as a house, what is the state of the house? Is the roof leaking? Does it need fixing? Does the front door swing open nicely to offer a warm welcome to whoever might come inside? Is the kitchen working well so we can offer good hospitality? So on that image, Synod is doing some housekeeping, some maintenance, if you like, tidying up bits and pieces of legislation that help us to do stuff as a diocese, and we're going to do a bit of that. Getting reports in on specific things that are happening in our diocese that we want to be in touch with. We'll have a presentation, for example, on the cathedral project and how that's going.
Brilliant.
But Synod is also an opportunity to look at the decisions we've been making and we're carrying through this decade. And of course, the biggest of those is 2 years ago, Synod approved the Diocesan Mission Action Plan, the DMAP, that is having a real influence on how we're approaching mission and ministry through this decade. And we're going to have a session right near the beginning of the Synod on the first morning, where we have a chance to review that progress, to look at some specific work the Standing Committee's been doing through this past year.
And that's actually a good sign, isn't it? Because, the parishes have been getting a lot from me about the DMAP.
True.
But the ripples go beyond that to Standing Committee, to CPT, to all our different agencies, if you will, within the diocese. So it's a thoroughgoing process.
Yeah, to the whole way we're doing things. And part of the beauty of what Synod's going to do this year, by looking again in some depth at the DMAP, is to honour a commitment that this will be the decade of regeneration shaped by the DMAP. Sometimes synods pass a strategic plan for a diocese.
Yes.
And it's a great plan, and it's got some pithy catchphrases and so forth.
Yes.
And then the next synod, there's an overwhelming of business, 20 motions that all need looking at, and all that sort of thing. And a few more synods go by, and then someone wakes up and says, "Oh, should we be? Is it time for a new strategic plan?" And Synod itself, even if individuals and individual parishes have been engaging with the strategic direction, Synod's lost sight of it. The great thing we're doing as a Synod is not losing sight of the DMAP.
That's so important. And it sheets back to your original vision, even before you were bishop, of regeneration of the diocese. In fact, that's one of the reasons I got so excited about your beginning as Bishop of Christchurch, is that this was a vision I could really get my teeth into. It inspired me, and now the DMAP is undergirding that vision, so it's going to be carried forward. And we need both a vision, exciting vision, but we need legs to kind of carry it forward. And that's where the DMAP is so strong and important for us.
It is vital, and it is absolutely shaping things that are going on in our parishes and in our cathedral,
now,
and other parts of the diocese.
We can do more, of course, because we've learned a lot about, how the DMAP has got many strengths, but perhaps there's some things that need to be reshaped and added to, perhaps taken away from. So will there be an opportunity to review the DMAP as a document?
I think our discussion will inform a review through the next 12 months. I expect for Synod next year that we will come back with a revised DMAP. Not in the sense that we'll have turned it upside down or cut half of it out, but in the sense of tuning it up to better reflect the reality of what's happening. That'll be 2024 by then, nearly halfway through the decade. But also, some observers have said, look, there's some missing dimensions here. It doesn't say anything much about our bicultural relationships, for example. So I think we'll see ourselves through the next 12 months developing a new, updated, whatever you want to call it, but a revamped DMAP for Synod to consider.
We mustn't lose the sharpness of the DMAP or the clarity. I mean, I fully agree it needs to be supplemented in certain ways, but it's still a document that ought to give real teeth to us as diocesan leaders, for example.
I can't see Synod approving a revised EMF in 2024 if it hasn't got those sharp teeth.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's exciting. Synod is always a great opportunity to renew friendships as well, and enjoy good fellowship and food. So I'm looking forward to those dimensions as well.
So